Here's the Panasonic FZ2500 and the Panasonic UX180. In this video, I'm going to do a comparison between these two cameras because they both have 1-inch sensors, similar lens zooms, they shoot 4K. I'm going to do a test shoot between these two cameras, shooting at 4K, trying to match the resolution codecs, and I'll see how they compare. This is about as close of a match that I could make with both of these camcorders. On the FZ2500, I'm shooting at 4K, 100 megabits. It's the highest megabit setting. It's at 8-bit. The 2500 does not shoot 10-bit, so it's 8-bit, 100 megabytes, 4K. The f-stop is 5.6. The shutter is 1/60th. I'm shooting 30p. The ISO is 125, which is the lowest ISO that the FZ2500 can shoot at. And I have an ND4, the first level of ND on it. I'm shooting with the autofocus, and the picture profile is the Cine D. On the UX180, I tried to match identical settings to the FZ2500. The thing that, and they're both at their native daylight white balance, 5600K. The thing about the UX180 is that it doesn't go by ISOs, it goes by dBs. So I put the UX180 at its lowest dB setting, which is -3. I'm assuming that is equivalent to the 125 ISO on the FZ2500. But I'm looking at the LCD screen right now. It looks like the UX180 is more sensitive than the FZ2500. Now what you're looking at on both cameras is that I increased the ND filter to 3 stops of ND. Now it's 1/64 on both cameras. And I lowered the f-stop. On the FZ2500, it's f4.5. On the UX180, it is, I'm assuming 4.5 as well, because it doesn't say when I opened up all the way, and the UX180 doesn't give me an exact f-stop. It just says open, but I know because I'm zoomed in all the way to the most telephoto point of the lens, it's a 4.5. One of the drawbacks on the UX180 that you can't see maybe with the footage, but what I can see using these cameras is that the LCD screen on the UX180 isn't very good. The resolution is very muddy. I can barely see the screen because the brightness is low, the contrast is terrible. And even though the FZ2500 is a smaller LCD screen, I can see the FZ2500's resolution, the detail on the LCD better than I can the UX180. That's a major drawback to me for the 180. Here's the UX180. I'm going to do a zoom test. I'm at its max wide angle right now, and I'm going to zoom in to the max telephoto. A few things that I'm testing. I'm testing what the lens looks like all the way through the zoom range. I'm also testing the speed of the zoom. I have it on the normal setting, and I'm just going to press, I'm not going to press hard. Here I go. That's the max telephoto zoom. Notice the focus hunting, the aperture changing. I can't really tell on the LCD screen as I'm recording. Maybe I'll tell when I start editing this. Now I'm going to zoom out. Here's the FZ2500 at its max wide angle. Because when you're shooting 4K, it crops into the sensor. You're not shooting at a 25 millimeter anymore. You're shooting closer to like a 36 millimeter, around there. Right now at its widest angle, it's about a 36. It's on autofocus. Now I'm going to zoom in. there it is at its max zoom. Notice the autofocus hunting, any drop in the aperture. I can't really tell looking at the LCD screen as I'm shooting it. Exposure looks really good though, at least on the LCD. Now I'm going to do a zoom out. Okay, it is 36 millimeters, 36 to 720. Now I'm back at a 36 millimeter.